Hi everyone, welcome back again. From our last tutorial, we were able to create a Spring Boot application within VS Code. So we'll be proceeding to run our application and resolving any issue that we might face. So with this one, once you enable all that and add the particular project from our location and previous tutorial that you add it within the VS Code workspace, then you'll be able to be presented with the run option, and this ideally is given by you by default from the extension that were installed by default on the particular video for creating a profile. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are just going to click run, and I'm going to allow my application to start using that, and then you can be able to see ideally that my application is actually running. And then you'll be presented with this particular option of enabling actuator, and because we enabled, we had our dev tools enabled, so we can be able to adhere to this one and accept and install that, and also enable actuator from our previous no pop-up. So the next thing that will be presented once the application is able to run, the next thing that you'll be able to have is this particular patterns whereby you can be able to restart the application, you can be able to stop, and at the same time, if you are doing the debugging option, then you'll be able to have this one available for you to do the debugging. Now the next thing that we're going to ideally see before we close off this video is going to confirm whether our application is accessible, and for us to do that, we are going just to introduce a simple REST controller which prints hello message. So within this one, I'm going to create a new folder. From that, we are going to call it controller, and then within this one, we are going just to create a simple class which is going to be hello world controller .java. So once you have that installed, you can be able to see that automatically using the extension that we installed, they have the package generated for you and the class generated for you. So with this, we are going to make use of request mapping with that, and then we are going to do /API, and then from here we are going to just annotate this particular controller as a REST controller. Then with that, we are going to just expose one single method, which is going to be at get mapping. And in this case, once you do at get mapping, you'll be able to see automatically it generates for you a template of a method. And for this case, we are just to do hello. Then with this, we are going to just say hello. And then we are not going to receive any request parameters, so I'm going just to knock off this particular one. And from here, we are going just to return a simple hello world. All right, and then end it with a semicolon and click save, and everything else you'll be able to see now. Our Spring Boot dev tools will be able to restart the particular application for us, and at the same time you'll be having an option of having this SonarLint enabled, and you'll be able to remove all the unused imports. And with that, once we save that, you'll be able to see my application is still listening, and you'll be able to have that within VS Code. So the next thing that I'm going to do is that I want to make use of VS Code to do everything that I want. I don't want to install another application like Postman. So we are going just to create a new file within this particular application, which is going to be rest.http file. And in this case, we are going to install an additional extension which will be able to have a REST client within VS Code. So you go to the extensions tab here and just search for REST. Alright, so once you search for REST, you'll be able to be presented with the extensions, and we are going to install the REST client, which will be able now to allow us to make requests within VS Code. And then if you are coming from IntelliJ and you want to try out this VS Code application, then you can just install IntelliJ key bindings. So we'll be able to have IntelliJ key bindings. If you install this one, you'll be able to have all the key binding and shortcuts from IntelliJ applied to your profile. And with that, you'll be able to make use of IntelliJ key bindings within VS Code. So once you have this REST endpoint, so we are going to do rest.http, and for this case I'm going just to close this file, and we are going to open it again, and we will be able to. Alright, so once we have enabled those two extensions, we'll be able to be presented with this one, and now previously created this rest.http file. So we want to make a call to our application to get the Hello World API. So we want to do just start typing within this file, just typing get request. So you're going to type get and just click on the first snippet here, and you'll be able to be presented on how you generate a request, a get request. So for this case, the URL is going to be http then slash this one localhost 8080, and our API is going to be /API then /hello. So once we do that, we are going to make use of HTTP version 1.1. Then you'll be able to have this particular option of clicking send. And once we send, you'll be able to see that we have our string coming from our application, which is Hello World. That marks the end of how to run our application within VS Code and installing additional extensions to supercharge your development within VS Code. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe on my channel for more tutorials. Thank you.